This episode is brought to you by The Guarantors. Chasing down residents who don't pay their rent is taxing enough. Did you know you could offset the risk of renter default? Meet The Guarantors. They'll requalify your applicants and insure their rent. If the resident doesn't pay, you still get paid. Visit theguarantors.com/multifamily today. I've oftentimes come around to this interesting concept in the multifamily space, property management space, and that is that sales team members, leasing consultants, don't get compensated, or they get compensated well, but not well enough to really drive them in terms of a career. So the leasing consultant position in multifamily has long been considered a stepping stone to the next thing. So I'm going to college, I'm a leasing consultant on the side. When I get out of college, I'm going to go and do the thing that I went to school to study for. Versus looking at the leasing consultant position as a career. Sometimes the impediment is that, hey, look, there is no career path for a leasing consultant because the logical next step is going into a assistant manager's position or a property manager's position, which doesn't necessarily always complement the skill set of the person who is in sales. They're in sales because they like to sell, because they like people, because they like conversation, because they like persuasion, because they like all of those things that are associated with a salesperson. And it's interesting. I think the real conversation is around the concept and the way that you design your business, the concepts that you use to design your business. And that is one concept being a sales-driven organization, and thereby necessitating or force functioning the practical things that you would put in place to support a sales organization. If you think about the car sales business, you think about any sort of sales-oriented business, it's designed around the salespeople and the salesperson, and really complementing them and supporting them in ways that they can just maximize their opportunities, but also maximize their sales and closing ratios and things of that nature. Versus what I think we get hung up with a lot in the multifamily space, in housing in general, is customer service. Are we a customer service driven organization? Is our job really to serve the customer after the sale, not so much the sale itself? And I think if you have to think through what you want to be as an organization. Do you want to be sales driven? And if so, put all the support mechanisms in place to be sales driven. And the trade-off is maybe your customer service isn't the top-notch, off-the-charts, over-the-moon type customer service experience after the sale, because sales is really where you're driving everything. It's good enough, but it's not off the charts. Or you become a customer service organization, and the trade-off is that your sales are not over the moon. They're not maximized, they're not optimized, they're not, because your infrastructure is not set in place to support that. Or there is a hybrid of those two things, and you figure out how to design your organization so that you can support sales in an over-the-top way, in addition to setting up processes and systems and disciplines and routines that complement customer service. And you sort of bifurcate. You have an umbrella brand and all the value system, mission, vision, all those sorts of things, but you figure out how to marry those two things together in a hybrid way that somewhat maximizes both, but full well knowing that if you choose a hybrid, you're going to give trade-offs on the sales side, and you're also going to give some trade-offs on the customer service side, simply because there are constraints in place that will force that to happen. That is my opinion. All right, take care. We'll talk to you again soon.